Good evening. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Arnaud Brunel. I am nurse in ICU at CHU Tivoli in Belgium, and I am PhD candidate in public health in Brussels. The subject of my thesis is the nursing workload in the ICU. I declare no conflict of interest with my presentation, but I hope you will understand with my English because my level is very low and my French accent is not good. This is the plan of my presentation. I will talk about the workload and the psychological aspect with the focus in workload. I will start with the introduction and the end with the conclusion. There are a difference of impact of COVID in Europe. About 15 of 20% of patient COVID will come to the ICU, and Belgium has been hit hard by the COVID in ICU. The pandemic has significantly changed the hospital activity by cancel operation and increase the number of ICU beds. The staffing has also tried to adapt it with a mobility of staff not trained enough. In this study in Belgium, I compare two periods, the period of COVID patient and no COVID patient before the pandemic. And this table, the pandemic also changed the activity in ICU with more ventilated patients, longer of stay in ICU, and higher in mortality. The same can be seen in the big Dutch study for the patient COVID. And I will come back to this last two study in the next chapters. For conclude this introduction, in many European country ICU have had to adapt it by an few more severity critical patient. We have staying longer in the ICU. The observation have certainly had an impact on the nursing workload, and this aspect will be analyzed in the section. The NAS is a nursing activity score. It is the best scale currently for evaluate nursing workload in the ICU. The scale is specific to the ICU and statistic with 23 items. In this Italian study by Alberto Lucchini, it was found that the COVID increased the NAS score by 21%. It was the first published study on this subject. The same was found in Belgium, but with average increase of the 20%. The increase is mainly due higher level of supervision, monitoring and titration, hygiene care, and mobilization. And in a multivariate analysis, the COVID period is a strongly association with the NAS compared to the no COVID period. In this Dutch study, the impact of the COVID is less important, but there is still an increase in the NAS score. The NAS was significantly high in the COVID patient compared to both the pneumonia patient and the no COVID patient. We therefore have 3 studies that show an increase in the NAS COVID patient. But it's well known that the workload and nursing qualification is associated with the increased mortality. However, this association has not been studied in COVID patients, but there are studies that show this association is indirectly. In this Belgium study in COVID patients, the number of additional ICU beds was associated by an increased mortality of ventilated patients. The authors also talk about the effects of the staff nursing on these results. This American study, the occupancy rate of the COVID patient is associated with the mortality. The authors also mention of the effect of the staffing of this association, but there are other hypotheses with this result. And finally, we have this French study which show a very variable mortality in country according of the wave of the COVID period. And these authors also found an association with the occupancy rate of the COVID patients, and the ratio of nursing patient is not included in this study. For conclude this section, it's that COVID has increased the nursing workload in the ICU. For the quality of care, we have only indirect evidence of effect of the nursing staffing. I am working with the ethical committee to do a study of association to the nursing ratio and nursing qualification in COVID patient in ICU in Belgium. For the psychological aspects, concern many different aspects. Personally, I was interested in the risk of the burnout. I published this first study with my colleagues, the study of prevalence of burnout risk and factor associated with the burnout risk in the ICU nurses. The risk of the burnout is very high after the first wave in Belgium with a 68%. And the dimension most affected is the emotional exhaustion. And it is multivariate analysis, the main score factor for the nursing in COVID period, where an high ratio of patients for the dimension emotional exhaustion and depersonalization, and perceive an increase in workload. It's studied for only ICU nurses. My focus in workload ICU, and it can be seen that this work overload is present in the other psychological disorders among ICU nurses. And this factor is also present in study from the Netherlands and from the well-being in ICU nurses. And for the systematic review, the author of literature review comes to the same conclusion for the workload in the ICU healthcare professional. In another study, we compare ICU of non-ICU nurses. The risk is very comparable, but in fact, it's the personal accomplishment dimension that also reduces the risk of the burnout in the ICU nurses. But the risk of the burnout is the same in this study. For the other factor, for the all ICU, for the all nurses, you can see younger nurses is associated with the high risk of the burnout, shortage of the protection equipment, and the working beyond full time in associated with the high risk of the burnout. Finally, for the last study, we analyzed the prevalence of a burnout in the in the nurses ICU and emergency ICU nurses before and during of the COVID pandemic in Belgium. It is the last study that's published in the last week. We noticed that the pandemic increased the risk of the burnout by 50% in the ICU nurses. And the whole dimension has significantly increased for the ICU nurses. For the recommendation with the psychological problem in healthcare worker, for the individual factors, normally you need sufficient rest and time off, the opportunity of reflection of the effect of stress, example debriefing, training and education around infection disease. For the service factors, the workload, of course, access to the adequate protection, practical and psychological support, and clear communication to the manager and to the authorities political. You can be seen that these factors were already present in the other epidemics. Finally, for the fun, I will end this section with the original Brazil study of the effect to the cannabidiol. The cannabidiol in this study reduced the risk of emotional exhaustion among healthcare workers during of the COVID period. For the conclusion, the pandemic has changed the way of intensive care and organized in the large majority of countries around the world. Having qualified staff in the important keys of the increase the number of ICU beds while maintaining the quality of care. The pandemic has had an impact of the nursing workload in the ICU, and additional to the integrates of non-ICU nurses should be analyzed. The pandemic has also had an impact of the risk of the burnout and the well-being of the ICU nurses. The prevention is very important by paying attention to the workload, management, non-pharmacological treatment, as well as the systematic intervention of the psychologists. Thank you for the attention, and I am available for the question.